pleased to introduce today's guest speaker, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. Is a Renaissance man in many ways and is a lifelong learner. His eclectic academic career and spiritual path has aided him in transforming his own life while also serving as a catalyst to assist others in transforming their own lives. Reverend Dr. Anderson is an ordained interfaith, interspiritual, and New Thought minister. He serves on the Leadership Council and on the Board of Directors of a World Alliance of Interfaith Clergy. He is a certified holistic life coach, a certified angel card reader, and a certified teacher and freelance interpreter of American Sign Language. He's an author, a professional facilitator, and a Reiki master, teacher, and practitioner. Please help me give a warm welcome to the wonderful Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson.
It was Sunday morning, and the alarm clock went off. Johnny Jr. rolled over and hit the snooze button. At the exact same time, his mother walks in. "Young man, it's time to get up for church." Johnny said, "Mom, I'm not going to church today. The kids there don't like me. The choir won't let me sing with them. And there are never any jelly donuts after service." His mother, in a loving yet stern voice, said, "Young man, I will give you exactly 2 reasons why you are going to church this morning. 1, you're 40 years old. 2, you're the pastor." How many of us have woken up on any given morning knowing what we're called to do as the ministers of our own lives, and yet we don't want to go? We're comfortable in bed. We're comfortable in our comfort zones. You know, the reading makes me think of how many times in our lives, and you can raise your hand if you want to, if you feel so inclined. How many of us have ever felt, but I can't find a way? I've looked, I've searched, and I can't find a way. From my own personal experience, and this is just me, my equations that I've used that I'm going to share with you because they worked for me. And as we know from science, 2 + 2, no matter what country you're in, no matter what language you speak, it's always going to come up with 4. It's a provable science. That's why this is science of mind. What I found is sometimes we can't find a way because we've forgotten that we are the way. I am the way, the truth, and the light. When you know that you are the way, you don't have to find it. You just be it. And then everything else falls into place. It has no choice but to. Because everything in all of creation, when mankind in ego state leaves it alone, it works beautifully and perfectly. When mankind in ego state tries to, I know you've heard a story about the person who sees the caterpillar struggling to get out of the chrysalis and break free, and he's like, "Oh, but I feel for it," so he cuts it out, thinking he's helping it. But the very struggle of breaking free is what turns the butterfly into this creature that has the strength to spread its wings and fly. And when mankind in our ego state thinks, "I'm going to help. I have the audacity to help nature do what nature already knows what to do," we inhibit it because we get in the way, because we've forgotten that we are the way. So, through my own life experience, and is there anyone here who hasn't met me, heard me, this is your first time seeing, oh good, Google. Wow. Oh, I'm going to take you for a ride. Yes, you are. Everybody else, y'all go ahead and coffee or whatever. I'm going to have So, I'll give you a little brief synopsis. And for those who already know this, so I grew up in a household in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was the product of an abusive family situation. I'm the youngest of 6 children. Everyone in my immediate family does drugs, did drugs, made drugs, sold pictures of drugs or something related to drugs and alcohol. Every way, shape, or form, completely. However, I didn't. I developed other addictive behaviors like if you put a cookie in front of me, oh, it's on. So I grew up hating myself and hating everything about life and hating everyone and all manner of things. And up until I was roughly 26, 27, was sort of pre-30-ish, I prayed every night that God, that anthropomorphic God, because that's what I believed in at the time, would kill me in my sleep. I hated everything. And if it's not going to get better, I don't want to wake up tomorrow. If it's not going to get better, I want to die now. And I did. Not the way that I anticipated or expected, but that me, like the phoenix, burst into flames and yielded a new me. Because I learned and realized that, wow, I can change my experience by changing my mind. Who would have thought? How does that happen? You've heard people say, what happens, you have no control over. But how you respond to what happens is completely within your control. So what I'm going to share with you is what I found, my own personal equations, because I'm a nerd. For those who don't know me, I'm a nerd. So my own, not a math nerd, I put that out there now. Disclaimer, not a math nerd. Science, no. Art, theater, spirituality. So these are my own personal equations that have helped me find peace, harmony, love, joy in 99.99% of life. There are going to be times when you hit the, you're going to walk and you're going to stumble. It's going to happen. But whether you stop, drop, and roll or just plant is completely within our control. There are going to be times when you stand against life and life is going to look like, what? Okay, so if that's divided by, I don't understand this and I just want to quit. Life is going to throw things at us based upon mass consciousness, based upon ego. Things are going to happen. However, as you already know this equation, don't you?
Yes.
You know what that is, right?
Yes.
Is there anyone who doesn't know what that is? Oh, wow. Okay, good. So someone who does know what it is, tell me what that is.
Are you
Spiritual mind.
5 steps, exactly. So, and you already know as a science of mind practitioner that when you do these, now, depending on what center you're at, depending on what ministry is, some of the names like Thanksgiving is often called gratitude or appreciation. So things can be tweaked. But we know that when we recognize that God is all there is, if God is all there is, then I am God. I am one with God. God moves in me, as me, from me, through me, and throughout. Therefore, whatever the issue, the problem is, when I realize that I am God and God is all there is, whatever this perceived, illusionary issue, while a fact is not the truth. When I recognize and realize, then I can be thankful. I can be thankful and grateful for everything. Meaning, at this point in my life, I am glad that my parents abused me. I'm glad that they were alcoholics. I'm glad that when I was a young child, my brother put a gun to my head and threatened me. I can be glad now because I see what it did to shape me and turn me into this. Were it not for the struggle, the butterfly could not exist. Were it not for the heat and the pressure, the coal cannot become a diamond. So I can be grateful. And as a great farmer, I know that seeds in my hand grow into nothing. I have to let them go. Plant them and go. Treat and move your feet. I can let it go knowing that it is so. That's equation number 1. Put it into practice. That's the great thing. It's a spiritual practice. Failure to practice equals what result. You know, if I go and I took martial arts, if I go and take martial arts and I go take one class, then yes, black belt. I got it. And then I go somewhere and the gentleman boxer says, give me your wallet. Man, I'm a karate master. If I don't practice, I can't adequately defend against the principles of illusion. I have to practice. Mastery is important. You know that equation? Haha, you better say no. That's my own creation. When Reverend Michelle Segal was here, how many of you were also here for her workshop in the afternoon? Okay, in the afternoon workshop. Then you heard this. You don't realize that you heard it, but you heard it. Because after our meditation, I came up with this, and I shared it, and she said, oh, I like that. I have 3 times that I use this and give you credit, and after the 3rd, it's mine. So I'm going to go ahead and put it out there now so you know that it was mine. I just want you to know, it's copyrighted. Inspiration times preparation and perspiration times respiration. I'm going to explain this. Just follow me. It serves a purpose. Times determination equals manifestation, demonstration, and realization. What does all that mean? First, inspired. When you are inspired, when in spirit, when God is moving in you, as you, from you, through you, unobstructed by ego, and you prepare, when opportunity, be ready to open the door. Because a lot of times we will pray and we will diligently, but then when it's time to move, left hand, am I really ready for what I'm asking for? A lot of us get really comfortable in our comfort zones, and when the opportunity to be whole, healthy, healed, complete, prosperous, wealthy beyond our imagination, we really don't want it. Because the moment I become a billionaire, relatives who I haven't spoken to since 3 days before I was born will come out and say, hey, cuz, you don't remember me? Family reunion, 1965. I wasn't born in 1965. Doesn't matter, I knew you anyway. Give me some money. So because I don't want, as in Spider-Hero, Spider-Man nerds, superhero nerds, anybody? What? I'm the only one? Oh, thank you. I got to say, Spider-Man, Superman, sure. So Spider-Man, great saying in Spider-Man is, with great power comes great responsibility. It's also in the Bible. To whom much is given, much is required. You cannot be great without having others expect you to be great. If you are called to be the light, then you darn well better walk into your home, your job, a school, Walmart, or wherever you go and shine. Because anything less than that is blocking the power of God. So are you really ready? Are you prepared? And are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to perspire? Because it's work. Being great, being gorgeous, being fantastic takes a little bit of work. But it's fun work. Have you ever had one of those days when you went out, you were in the garden, or you were doing whatever, and you were dirty and exhausted, but you got done and said, that was beautiful. Versus a day when you're at work and you're like, and you're tired, but it's a different kind of tired. There's good perspiration and there's ink perspiration. You want the good perspiration. Respiration, what is that? Breathing. How often do we just breathe? In the beginning, God created life. Bible. And what did he do? Ruach, the divine breath, he breathed into Adam and Adam became a living soul. Breath is important. That's why that symbology is there. Breathe. And most of us breathe incorrectly. If I say, you don't have to do it right now, but there will be a test later. If I say take a deep breath, most of us go, and we fill this portion of our body, rather than breathing from our abdomen, like singers do, like martial artists do, yoga masters. Breathe from here. This goes in and out when you breathe. And in that moment, you are completely just being at peace. Then be determined. When you pray, when you set your goal and your vision, don't question, don't doubt. Be hot or be cold. Do or do not. There is no try. Set it and know that it is so. In all the stories where Jesus is doing whatever, there is never a moment where he says, broken ankle, huh? I don't know, I'll give it a shot. Or maybe it's the right hand. Maybe it's both. Can you come back to me tomorrow? Nowhere. He says, according to your faith, it is already done. When you believe, it's already so. You have to be determined. Be determined and know that you have the power to change and transform your life. Once again, years ago, wanted to die. Now I'm grateful for all the trials and tribulations that I've gone through. And even today, when, life slaps me, yes, I get upset. But like the Dalai Lama said, yes, there are times when I get mad about what China is doing. Yes, I get upset about the injustices and whatever. Yes, but staying upset, staying angry, does what? Nothing. So I transform my consciousness, knowing that as compassion flows through me, that changes the world. That becomes the default setting of the planet and the universe. Be determined. When all of this happens, what you want to see, what you want to be, do, and have has no choice but to manifest. It has no choice. In 2009, I weighed 280 pounds. My doctor told me, you have 6 months. Lose the weight, or I'm putting you on cholesterol medication and high blood pressure medication. I don't do pills. I do vitamins, but I don't like medication. So I said, okay, 6 months. I got this. I came back and I said, okay, as a metaphysician, what do I need to do? Jesus said, heal thyself. Physician, heal thyself. So I had to look at, what does Louise say in You Can Heal Your Life? That weight comes from, emotional, okay. So I had to look back and think about, was there anything that I wasn't forgiving? Was there anything that I wasn't letting go of? Was there anything that I was feeling anything related to? Yeah, there was. Wow, I thought I let that go. So I started letting it go. I started healing it and moving through it. And when that happened, energy started to shift. I felt more alive and more vibrant. Then I said, hey, sis, you want to start going to the gym? Tracy looked at me and said, yeah, okay, fine. If you want to go, we'll go. So my sister and I joined Gold's Gym. We started working out. And what I found in a matter of months, I went from 280 to 190 to 170 to 165. I went back to the doctor and she said, how are you? Blood pressure, perfect. Cholesterol, perfect. She said, how is it that many of my other patients come in and they're getting older each time they visit, and you're getting younger each time you visit? State of mind. Think young, be young. Think health and wholeness. Not think healthy. I saw that nudge. You hear that? But everything that you want to, everything, because you know you're going to get that later, right? You put me on the spot. Everything that you want to be, do, or have is possible. Whoopi Goldberg was on drugs and homeless. Where's Whoopi Goldberg now? Tyler Perry was homeless. Where's Tyler Perry now? Oprah Winfrey, her grandmother said, girl, you better learn how to wash these clothes. And Oprah, as a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, said, I'm going to have my own network woman. You can be, do, or have what you desire. Know that? Yes, you know it, but you don't know it in the way I'm going to use it. We have options. We can experience from a mindless, conscious creation state where we just go about our, whatever. We go about our life. We do whatever we do mindlessly. We're not consciously aware. And if we're not consciously aware, we're going to create. We can't help but to create. It's going to happen. The difference is, am I doing it mindfully or mindlessly? Am I doing it from a state of compassion or a state of anger and frustration and ego? Because it's going to create either way. God, the mind, universe, can't help but to create. That's why all of us are here now. Because God said, I want to have some fun. Poof, multitudes and a myriad of all kinds of things. Did I ever tell you a story about my conversation with God when I was, I think, late teens and I felt bored? No? This is new to everybody? Okay, so I'm the average teenager and I'm bored and I'm mad and I'm upset. I'm bored. So my first actual meditative aha moment, I had this vision that God said, Ray, come here for a second. And God pulled up a PowerPoint presentation and said, look at that. See that right there? That pie chart right there? See the red stuff right there? That's all the times in your life thus far that you said you were bored. And it was in the millions. And he said, see this part over here, this little green sliver? That's all the times that you were actually using the power that I gave you to do stuff, have fun, and enjoy. And I was like, wow, the red stuff greatly outweighed. I'm like 98% was red, complaining, not enjoying life. And God said, how dare you say you're bored? I've given you how many species of fish on the face of this planet? How many types of fruits? How many of those fruits? Now there are 5,629 types of fruits. How many of them have you eaten? Bananas, apples, and kiwi. That's all. How many types of trees are there on the planet? How many languages are there? How many art galleries are there in museums and restaurants and types of food? How dare you tell me you're bored? Go out there and live. That's what you're here for. From that moment forward, I said, I will never be bored again. It's a choice. If I'm bored because I don't want to do something. Not because there isn't something to do. Because I don't want to go outside. Then sit in the house and watch television. Don't say you're bored. I'm there by choice. Made a big difference. So am I creating mindlessly or mindfully? Think about when you go to work, when you go shopping and something happens in your experience. Am I adding to that from a mindless, oh jerk, I can't believe you didn't use your turn signal. Or, Jesus loves me. Where are you going to go? Mindful or mindless? Are you going to go to, they cut you off and you go immediately to principle and say, the mind of God, that's God, and they don't know they God, so let me just bless them and hold in higher consciousness that they will get where they are going safely. And so it is. Mindfully. It's a choice. And then lastly, any science folks, you know what that is? Math folks, you know what that is? 5. Now, why is that there? Now, for me, being an artist and being a metaphysician, when I see things, I see meaning in stuff where the person who created it may not have meant it. What I see is circle. Yes, Jesus. What I see is a circle. And in the middle of the circle, there is an eye, which is similar to that. God is all there is. And in the middle of that, I am. It's this. It's the exact same thing. We are a physicalized manifestation of the holy I am. I am that I am. Everything that I want to be, I already am. And when you open up to, how many people want to be wealthy? And I mean physical wealth, not health wealth or intellectual wealth or emotional wealth, but I mean money, dollars and cents. Okay. When we go at, I want money, in order to want, you have to not have. If health is what you want, then somewhere in your mind you are holding this idea that I am not healthy. Otherwise I wouldn't want to be healthy. Shift it in your mind. Start talking to people about, yes, I'm wealthy. Yes, I have money. Because it starts in here. Everything in creation starts in mind. Everything you use, everything you are wearing, the phone that God called, all of it started in somebody's mind first. They thought it. And when the naysayer said, Disney, I know you want to build this park. It's not possible. I know, Mr. George Lucas, you want to create this space opera. No, we're not going to fund it. Yes, Mr. Steven Spielberg, we understand that you want to tell a story about, what's his name, Schindler, but you want to do it in black and white? You understand what's going on in the Hollywood right now with color and film? You want to do a black and white movie? No, we will not fund it. When the naysayers tell you what, no, you don't have, no, you can't do, no, you can't be, what did these people teach us? I'll do it myself. Because I believe in my vision so strongly, so powerfully, that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's already done. All I need to do is take it from here and bring it here. Because if I doubt it, then it's not going to manifest. Because I'm doubting. I'm like Julia Childs saying, today I'm going to... No, it's not her voice. I know. Leave me alone. Today I'm going to make... And I sound like the Wicked Witch. Okay, for the sake of the time and whatnot, leave me alone. I'm going to do the Wicked Witch. Imagine Julia Childs with the sound of the Wicked Witch. I'm going to make a cake today. And, but is it done? 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 What happens? The cake falls, the souffle, because it's not going to work. You put it in the oven and you trust that the oven knows what the oven is supposed to do. You know that the cake knows what, I'm cake. What is cake supposed to do? I rise. It knows what it's supposed to do. Start, you have to trust. So what I'm challenging you today is take these equations, think about them, and then start applying them to your own lives. Anywhere that you see darkness, bring light to it. See the truth of the situation. Anywhere that you see or hear disharmony or discord, call him. He will help you bring it back into musical harmony. Trust that you already know. You don't have to find the way. You already are the way.